What's going on, everybody? The Quest Podcast here, and I am Remix, your host for the night. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, but first off, I want to say a huge thank you to Graphic God for. I am sorry about that, guys. Huge thank you to Graphic God for making us our emblem and our banner. We really appreciate it, and he's a great guy to go to, so go check him out. As well as show your support for us by hitting that like and subscribe button. And on a personal note, I want to thank you all for the 100 followers on Twitter. So thanks for all the support, everyone. And let's get into our panel for the night, starting out with our special guest, Def Jam Bam. Introduce yourself, man.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Your boy Def Jam Bam is here on the Quest Podcast, episode 2. So we're going to have a good time with it. And thank you once again, Remix Dark, Timmy Doss, Baines, all y'all. Thanks for inviting me on, man. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And into our normal panel, go ahead, Odimus, introduce yourself.
What up, everybody? I'm Dark Odimus, and we're going to have a great show tonight.
And the cool, the calm, and collected M. Baines, go ahead.
What's going on, people? It's Baines, ready to talk some games. Let's go.
And the filthiest scummer of them all, the last piece of our puzzle has joined us once again, and that is Tim.
Man, what the fuck am I lost? That to finally be on podcast.
Yeah. So this is his first appearance. He missed last week. He was on vacation. But anyways, every so often we want to introduce a thought-provoking question. So for this week, the question is, is social media toxic to the gaming industry and gaming as a whole? What do you guys think?
Definitely. I think it's something that's becoming more and more predominant, and it kind of needs to stop. I mean, people are getting out of hand with all this, going at each other. It's just video games, people. Come on,
Yeah.
You need to stop this craziness, man. It's so stupid.
Yeah. What do you think about it, Bam?
All right, y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it is. Some people take it too far. They should just, if you don't like a person or what they're about, then that's your opinion. But if they say, if you don't like somebody, well, obviously, if you're taking the time to watch somebody that you don't like, obviously you must like what they're doing. But yeah, it has been getting kind of crazy out here.
Well,
some people go to the extreme. Yep.
People love to hate. So.
Yeah. Well, my whole thing is like in real life, I don't think you would really have this constant war thing. Like in real life, I'm never like, oh my God, you have this or you have that. I hate you. It's just really through social media that people start hating. And what are some specific things that you think it has been toxic to the industry or to people?
Just for me or anybody?
Anybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go.
Yeah, let me go. When we think about social media, it's just giving everybody a voice and giving everybody a voice instantly. And a lot of times people just tweet or they'll post the first thing that comes to their mind without thinking about the other person. So as opposed to if I'm sitting across from somebody and looking them in the face, and there's some type of etiquette there, but with social media there's not. And so a lot of people take that and they just run with it, and it's coming down to just ignorant stuff, even to the point of putting people's family in jeopardy. And not to that aspect of, even with I think Larry Herb had a post at one point, and he was asking what games, I guess, Xbox gamers would like to see, or we would like to see. Was that a post of his?
Yeah. I
And
think
he
I know
just
what you're getting at right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and he got inundated with Black Ops 2, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 2. And it's like, come on. It was a fan service. Don't just kill the man with all of these different tweets or posts when they were trying to do something good for us. And as a community, we take positions like that instead of standing together and taking positions against some of these devs that release crappy games. So we're using this social media in the wrong way. We're using it to go at one another instead of going at coming together and going at devs for releasing crappy stuff. I mean, a lot of times on that front, we're divided, and I don't understand that. We should be united when it comes to that. And even on that segment, like I said, we're not using it the correct way.
Yeah. Well, social media is definitely polarizing in many things other than gaming, and I think it's, just a face for someone to hide behind, and they kind of, people also can get a kick out of antagonizing others, which isn't cool. And all kinds of stuff is all kinds of things, social media just gives them a much wider range of what they can say and do, and they feel safe behind it.
Yeah, it gives everybody a voice, like I said, and sometimes that can be a dangerous thing.
Pretty much.
So what about you, Tim? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, same sort of thing. Like, yeah, it's given everyone a voice. Some people use it for like great reasons, like make awesome comments and that, and actually worth listening to. And then other people just abuse that power and just talk shit and stuff. Like in the great words of Uncle Ben, with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly, and Tim, I think a lot of people forget that it is power. They don't realize how much power that is, and so they're not thinking about what they're doing. They're just going out there or thinking about what they're saying. They're just going out there and saying it.
Well, they also don't realize that they're going to eventually get caught. I mean, everybody gets caught someday. You're not hidden.
Consequences to some
you
of
could be
these
found in the internet,
and it's
anywhere.
Pretty much.
So
I think Luca pointed out in the chat. She pointed out perfectly. She says the anonymity of the internet makes cowards brave, and that's the thing. Everybody knows with this internet contract they have an anonymity clause. That means nobody's going to mess with me because I'm anonymous, right? So they go out there and say whatever they want to.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, shit is crazy out here, man.
Yeah.
So people just need to stop.
Yeah, they need to take a chill.
They just need to.
Yeah, so I think we pretty much all agree. Social media, it can be like a useful thing, a good thing, but people often misuse it, and it can have real effects on other people. Into our next topic. So as we all know, many people have talked about Scalebound, an Xbox One exclusive game, was canceled. There's a lot of opinions on this game, some good, some bad, about the cancellation. So what do you guys think about it?
Oh man, I think the world is coming to the end, man. It's over. It's time. It's time. Hey, look. After this, man, we should all just pack up our Xboxes, man, and send it back to GameStop. Tell them we want a PlayStation now, man. It's over. Microsoft don't got no more games.
Yeah. PlayStation's on track now, huh?
Yeah, PlayStation is definitely on track now. It's over. Scalebound is canceled. It's dead. Microsoft don't got no games at all coming. I was looking. I seen it. I was out and about. I was at work when I was seeing Twitter was blowing up because of that. I didn't believe it at first because I kept just seeing it. So I put it on Twitter. I was like, look, don't go crazy yet until you hear from Microsoft. Just wait it out. And when the news came out, everybody was going crazy. I thought it was doomsday out this piece. It was crazy.
I was
like, at the end of the day.
Yeah, I was actually.
At the end of the day. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Bam. If you guys.
Well, basically, I was gonna say. Basically, at the end of the day, I mean, games get canceled all the time. That don't mean you need to go crazy and act like it's the end of the world. It's just a fucking game.
Yeah.
Microsoft still got more games coming. If y'all think E3 comes and Microsoft only going to show up with one game. Y'all smoking that bullshit. Because y'all tell me when has Microsoft ever came to E3 and only showed off one game? Don't worry, I'll wait. Anybody?
That's
No,
never happened ever.
exactly. So, I mean, it is messed up for people who wanted that game, but hey, stuff happens. I mean, it's a lot of stories and speculation going around. Supposedly, the devs took vacation or they were working on other games. We don't know the real story. But at the end of the day, how do you take a vacation when you're working on projects? Even if that is the case, I don't understand that. Where they do that at?
Well, that was their problem, is that they were working on too many projects at the time.
Yeah, that too. Like, and if you knew you had a game that you had to release, and plus you got other games you need to work on, aren't those games supposed to be balanced out to where you can find time to work on them? Because we all know Phil, he likes to have a game come out at a certain time. He don't want games coming out 6 to 7 years later. So I mean, he did what he had to do. It was a business move. I mean, yeah, this game was in development for what, 4 years?
Yeah. Well, so a lot of people like
with the
vacation thing or give them slack for that. But my personal opinion is a month is a pretty long time, and even if you have vacation, you should you have a job, you should still be up to date on whatever projects you're working on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they try to do too much with the small team that they have. Like, I think they worked since Scalebound was announced. They've been working on 9 different games, and they've only got 200.
Yeah, I've never heard no shit like that before. That's crazy. Where they do that at?
Well, my thing with it is, I came on here on my last podcast, and I said that Scalebound was my most anticipated for the year. So that kind of hit me. Yeah, it kind of hit me hard, but it nobody needs to panic. My main concern is that Halo Wars 2 is the only one with a street date, only one of the exclusives that has a street date. I think it would have allayed a lot of fears if, with the press release, they would have came out and said, "Hey, look, guys, Scalebound is canceled, but we have all of these great IPs still coming out," and gave dates for at least a couple of them. That would have been that would have went a long way to kind of allay fears or kind of just go ahead and fan the Twitter fires of people saying, "Oh, well, Crackdown 3 is going to get canceled. Oh, well, this is going to get canceled." People started bringing that stuff up immediately. It is because of how they release the information. Microsoft has been having a problem with that this generation for some reason.
Plus, Halo Wars 2 is the only confirmed game for the springtime, so I think people
it's the only game with
more than that for the spring.
It's the only game with a date, period. Every other other game is slated for 2017, but there's no date. And,
I agree.
I think that's the only thing that concerns me. I know cancellations come. Yeah, Scalebound hit me kind of, it kind of gave me a little gut punch. I'll be honest, because that was my most anticipated game for the year. But me, along with a bunch of others, like I said, would have been the concern would have went down a level if they would have given some dates with the other games. And the other thing is we can all say we prefer Xbox on this podcast, right? We're not high flamboyant, but we prefer Xbox. My concern here is that we all know that the narrative has been changing. The narrative has been changing from power to games, right? This started when Microsoft announced the Scorpio, right? Now, with the narrative changing from power to games, it happens in a year when Sony is releasing a lot of games and Microsoft is going to have the power. So this kind of it just kind of hits in that whole game of chess. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, of course, the game would still be power if Microsoft hadn't come out with such a powerful console, and Sony still outdid them probably. But
right.
Yeah, it's crazy. Right. It's crazy, but
I found out about this I was actually making a video for top 10 most anticipated games of the year, and Scalebound was on there, and I was just talking to Xbot, and he was like, "Oh yeah, have you seen the news? Scalebound got canceled today," and I was like, "What, really?" And I gotta go change the that part of my video, but Yeah, because I wasn't really on social media that day. Any other thoughts about this?
Yeah, I'll say, look.
Oh,
go ahead. No, you go. I'll go after you.
Okay. So what I thought is that I wasn't really too hyped about Scalebound, and I didn't really see too much anything that I was like, oh, I want to play that. But at the end of the day, it is pretty sad that it had to be canceled. And I know a lot of people are giving Phil Spencer a lot of crap about it, but you guys got to realize that, like, when he went into the board meeting with everybody, they were probably like, "Where's Scalebound?" And he was like, "Let's get a hold of Platinum Games." Got a hold of them, and they were like, "Well, we're not ready yet." That's my guess of what.
Yeah,
what happened.
It was a heavy decision.
Yeah, it was a heavy decision. He had to make it. Sometimes in business you have to make the decisions that help the company, help you as well. So he made a business decision, and you got to live with that.
Sure, it wasn't an easy decision either.
No,
yeah,
it wasn't.
I'm pretty
Not
sure
at
it
all.
wasn't. Especially with the game that's been in development for 3 or 4 years. If you've put a bunch of money in to this point, I know it was not an easy decision.
Because they'll have a huge loss, and even if they had gone the extra mile and put out the game in, let's say, 2018, the amount of the return they would have gotten from that game may have, like, they may have been in a larger deficit even with the return and putting more money in than if just shutting it down right now. As well.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, some of the games that we as a community haven't went out there and bought, like Quantum Break, some of these like Recore, these new IPs that we didn't go out and help. That had a big impact on the decision that was made. I'm pretty sure, because if those games would have sold gangbusters, it would have been kind of easier to say, okay, we can take a little loss here on Scalebound.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think there's a lot we don't know about as well. Lots of speculation going around and stuff too. So
yeah, I'm not going to speculate on what I think happened, but like based on the press release that Platinum Games put out after it was announced, I feel like there might be some bad blood between them and Microsoft.
Yeah.
There's always going to be bad blood between Japanese companies and American companies, because Japanese companies, they do things different than what we do. We tend to try to listen to our customers when they have problems. Japanese companies don't do that. They just say, here's a product and you're going to be happy with it. So I mean,
that's not any flack towards them. That's just a cultural thing.
Exactly.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
And we all know, we know Phil and them is not going to rush out and give out a statement, but you know what's going to come. They like to take their time.
Yeah. And
I also think I honestly think they had a backup, a plan B or something. That's why I'm just telling everybody you should just wait till E3.
Exactly.
And now, unless they have an event that shows off the Scorpio beforehand, I don't know, but I'll say just wait it out. Wait for E3. I think we'll be blown away come E3 time. And Phil sees he see all the negative feedback.
Yeah,
that Microsoft
and I wouldn't be surprised.
He ain't stupid.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if they showed one or two IPs at E3 that came out in the fall too.
Yeah, and after
exactly.
Success,
I mean, that's what they did last year.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot more people did that. A lot more companies.
Yeah.
I know this is kind of off topic, slightly on topic, but a little bit off. How many of you want them to introduce the Scorpio before E3?
I was thinking about this for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it before E3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to be before E3. Well, they do have something that might be happening in May, right? I think I can't remember what day. I think May 11th last time I recall.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I did hear a rumor.
Yeah.
About that. Yep.
But
I mean,
yeah, definitely like to see it beforehand, and then I think that could build some anticipation for games,
Yeah, that's
and then they
my
could,
point.
especially if they went really game heavy at E3. I think that'd be good because then they can just show off their games on the Scorpio, and everyone already knows what the system is.
Yeah. I think
plus,
I would hope the game plan would go ahead, man.
Oh, plus, well, sorry, I was going to say plus, because you figure once if they show the Scorpio early, everybody already know what to expect. Then E3 comes, they could just show off the games,
right?
And pretty much, they're going to show off new features and stuff because it's been kind of quiet on the updates and stuff. So I'm thinking they got an update that's going to come probably a little bit after E3. So if they can show all that off and then show off maybe a new IP or two, then I'll be happy with that. That's why I just say everybody just going crazy for no reason. Just wait it out. Wait for E3. It's not that far away.
That's the thing. I don't think they're going to have a Microsoft or Xbox like press conference before E3. I think they're going to show it off at E3. Maybe do half the show with the Scorpio and then do half the show showing off a few games here and there of what's running on the Scorpio.
Well, Chicken has a great comment here. He said, "I would love for them to basically show off the Scorpio at E3, and they can do it looks like games at but if they're doing Gamescom, well, they may not do a Gamescom again. They may show the Scorpio beforehand, focus on games at E3, and not do a Gamescom again. They could take that.
They didn't do Gamescom last year, right? Yeah, they're more PlayStation, so they usually care about E3.
Exactly.
So, right.
E3 is the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Well,
for now,
I think we'll be blown away.
Yeah, well, good talk. So we all agree that Scalebound cancellation is shitty, but there's still, a good future ahead possibly for Xbox. Yeah, it's not the end of anything, guys, and
just don't forget after this
Xbox,
podcast,
you're gonna be fine. So
trading your Xbox after.
It's over. I'm doing that right now. I'm gonna
right now, man.
Right now, all right.
Anyways, so obviously a huge topic for tonight. The Nintendo Switch reveal happened yesterday, and there's a little Treehouse event as well with Nintendo today. So we're gonna get into everything that we know about the Switch and what kinds of games are coming out for it. So first off, we have a release date on March 3rd, 2017. This game system is going to come out for $300 US dollars, and its battery life is about 3 to 6 hours while gaming on the go. It will have an online service, and there will be no region locking. So what do you guys think?
Great price point. I thought it was probably going to be at least like 350, 400, but 300 is good. I mean, look, I used to be a Nintendo fan, but those days is long gone. I mean, it's nice that they're trying to go with the tablet/console. And I was thinking about this earlier. If they had all the big parties, just making them, let's just say all the games was 1080p. Every last game. Let's say they get all the Call of Duties, they get all the Battlefields, all the big games. Can you imagine if all those games were 1080p? They would be right in competition with PlayStation and Microsoft.
Yeah.
And that'd be crazy. Like, you can't even remember the last time Nintendo was in competition with these Sony and Microsoft. But,
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, that was just me. I was just thinking about that earlier. I was like, that'd be crazy. I think their sales will go through the roof.
Yeah.
With Microsoft and Sony. But
well, let me ask you guys that question. Go ahead, Ben. Finish.
Okay. All right, I was just going to say, but as far as like everything else, I mean, I like what they're doing as far as with the console and everything. Only thing I don't like them little Joy-Con controls. I'm sorry, I got big hands. I'm not going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, those things.
The Joy-Con's not for me,
especially for the dual player.
Yeah.
But who here just say yes or no? Who here thinks that the Switch will actually sell well?
I do.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's going to sell. The first lot is definitely going to sell because they're going to do this scarcity thing. They're going to make everybody think that there's not enough of them. But I think Jez had a comment on Twitter. He was like, once the initial hype goes over, he thinks the sales are going to slow down.
Yeah, it's not going to sell as well as.
That's what I think too, Tim. I'm on that same wavelength. I don't think it's going to sell as good as everybody thinks it is. It's for me. It was $50. It was $50 above the buzz price point. A lot of people were thinking it's going to be about $250.
especially with that leak, everyone got real excited about that.
Yeah, now the game is it only coming out with Zelda, from my understanding? Is that the only
It
launch
has a
game?
few games. It's coming out with Zelda.
Yeah,
It's
Zelda.
also coming out with
Mario's coming out later, right?
Right.
Yeah, it comes
later
Mario's
in the year.
coming out in fall. It's coming out with Super Bomberman R at launch as well.
Those are a launch title. So how many launch titles would you say it has?
I don't really know. I don't know the whole list. I just kind of know what they've shown from the show. But definitely those two, and I'm sure like 1-2 Snap and like ARMS, those will probably
those are later. I know they said that.
Possibly bundled. But I'd say their big game, is
it's definitely going to sell just because of Zelda.
And Zelda,
Right.
Oh, I think that's launch too. That's launch too, right? That come out on launch day, right? Zelda.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a launch. That's an actual launch game. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Now the I thought it was pretty nice with the gimmick with the controllers. It was, that was something kind of to, I guess, harken back to the Wii. That's not anything I'll be interested in personally, but when my girls get a little older, that's probably why I'll wait a year to buy it. They'll probably play with that. The battery was an issue because he said the battery, when you undock it, it may last 3 to 6 hours. And when they say 3 to 6 hours, it's probably going to last 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, it's going to be 3 to 4 hours. So that's going to be that could be a problem. And then the other thing is $299, but it's kind of stealth pricing, kind of like the PlayStation VR came out and said, "Hey, we're $399," but yeah, right. If you don't have the camera, if you don't have the dongles, then we're way more expensive. This is the same thing. It's $299, but players like us are going to want the Pro controller, which is $70. You're going to want a game, which is another $60. So you're getting close to $400 and something, which I can't tell. To me, I can't tell somebody who owns an Xbox but don't own a PlayStation to buy a Wii instead of buying the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell a PlayStation owner who doesn't own an Xbox to go buy, not the Wii, but the Switch, to go buy a Switch instead of that Xbox. I just can't. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Especially not at that price point.
Yeah, and Nintendo always has lots of accessories, like if you want to play the Mario Kart, then you might want to pick up the wheel that you put the little one side of the Switch thing into it. But back what you were talking about a little earlier, Baines, about how you don't think it will sell as well as some people think. I do think this game will sell well. I think the limit on their supply is what's gonna either kill this thing or help it to survive, because I think if they limit it too much and then they have too long of a gap to where they resupply and people can buy again, I think that it'll lose steam pretty quickly. I like the NES was a big thing, but it's just one big rush. I don't think that many people really care about it that much anymore.
Well, let me ask you this: if you think it'll sell well, what demographic are they advertising to? Are they trying to get in? You tell me that. What demographic are they pitching this Switch to?
Well, honestly, I think
gamers.
It's
the Japanese market.
Not the that's not the hardcore gamers. That's gonna be
obvious.
For kids.
It's not the hardcore gamers.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like it is a more kid market, especially since it is handheld device. They want parents that used to love Nintendo to buy this console for their kids, I think.
Right, so they're pitching it to 3DS owners and Wii U owners. That's it.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, if you're a PlayStation or Xbox owner and you don't have the opposite console, you can't be pitching it to one of them, because at that price point, they need to go out and get one of those other consoles before they get the Switch.
They're gonna be like, ha! They were like, you joking, right? Nah, exactly. I'm good.
Exactly.
I'm good.
Yeah.
That should look like a toaster too, right? Don't it should look like a toaster? It really do look like it look like a black toaster. That shit crazy. I was looking at it again. I was like, damn, this shit look like a toaster.
It's like when the screen comes out, it's like the toast is coming out.
Yeah, I just feel like my bread is just gonna come out behind it.
Now, Chris Hall in the comment section, he says it's for preteens and younger. I can kind of get with the younger. With the preteens, they're already starting to inch into the PlayStation.
Preteens is already on PlayStation.
Yeah, and Xbox. So I don't know I don't know how many preteens are going to go get this.
Yeah, like the age of 12 is like perfect time for entering Xbox and PlayStation. So
exactly. Yeah.
I think it's going to sell out when it's out for the first couple months. It's going to sell out. Yeah. And I think later on it'll go on a drought.
Yeah,
it really is.
Optimus, you're the only one picking this up right now, right? You pre-ordered it today.
I did. Yes.
Like you picked up Last Guardian.
Get out of here, Bam.
Yeah, you know I was gonna throw that in there.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Optimus said that with reservation. He said, "I did, yes."
Oh man, damn! You already pre-ordered that, huh? You ain't wasting no time.
No, I didn't.
I mean, I'm sure
excited about that.
Yeah,
I'm sure I would.
It's because I'm under the weather, man. You know, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Oh yeah, you were home. You got to stay home from work. Yeah, I wasn't home when when the pre-orders went live, so I didn't have an opportunity. I'm sure I would have, just because it doesn't cost anything. If I could have, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna buy any third party on this at all, but I will definitely buy some first party. You know, there are some games I would play here and there, and I still have my Xbox, and you know, I just got a PlayStation, so those will definitely take me through the year, and I can just kind of do Nintendo on some downtime or game with maybe my sister, you know, because it's kind of more like a family-friendly device. But
yeah, I've always seen Nintendo consoles as like party consoles.
Yeah,
like they're great to play with like multiple people, but by yourself, they're just not. They're not.
Nah.
And like I said, I'm going to get one, but it's going to be next year, probably next holiday season when I get one. My girls will be old enough.
Probably like $250.
Yeah, my girls will be old enough to really play with it, and you know, by then it'll have a bunch of games on it. So that's when I'll pick up one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably pick one. I'll pick one up if I could get one. You know, maybe like before June, but I don't know how likely that is to happen. So if I don't get one by June, I'll probably just wait till next year.
Yeah.
And another thing with that, I just can't justify to myself buying a Switch when I got the Scorpio coming out, you know, this year.
Pretty much.
So I'm like,
I know I'm not going to be picking up a Scorpio. Just, you know, I don't want to bring that to college dorm room and everything. So I'll probably wait till summertime, like next summer after Scorpio, to pick one of those up. But
yeah, somebody might try to whack you. Like, oh yeah, ayo, Remus got that Scorpio, dog. Ayo, we got to go see him real quick. He don't want that. We about to take that.
Like Fox said in the chat, he says, "No thanks, I don't want to milk a cow with a
I saw that video. That was the weirdest thing.
With the fam.
I saw that.
Oh man,
that was the weirdest thing. They're sitting there with the controllers up and down. Dude. I'm like, do they know how they look right now?
Yeah. I seen that video. Yeah. That video where the two guys was just going up and down. Yeah, they looked a little suspect on that video.
Really
I was just like, what the fuck is this?
There's no way in the world. Even if I'm playing the game, I'm gonna be playing it in my house in secret.
With the door closed.
Exactly. Nobody's gonna see me doing that.
I'm not about to be looking weird.
I mean,
they really do. They really do.
Oh my god. I love the presentation of the event though. You know, it was very Japanese and just like very awkward and cringy to us, you know, like with the magician. And I love how he explained for like 3 minutes, you don't look at a screen, you look into your opponent's eyes. You don't look at the screen. Like, there's no TV involved. You just look face to face, like going on forever about it. Like, we understand, man.
Hey, yo, when he said that, I thought music was about to come on. I thought he was about to sing the song. He lost me after that. I was like, what? Look into your opponent's eyes. What the fuck is this? What? I'm not trying to look in my opponent's eyes. What is going on here?
No, sometimes you gotta look in your opponent's eyes when you're milking a cow, bro.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I'll pass.
But talk about looking like funny. Like that would you look very weird, and that would be super awkward with whoever you're playing with. So.
Yeah.
I mean, to be completely honest, go ahead, Optimus. I'll let you.
Well, for me, I'm excited for the Switch. I want something from Nintendo because I haven't had anything from Nintendo since the N64. So I think I'm kind of due for a new Nintendo console. Because I mean, I played all the other Zeldas that were on the Wii and the ones that were on GameCube and stuff, but I never really I played them at a friend's house, but I never picked them up. So I'm actually looking forward to being able to pick up Breath of the Wild at launch day.
Yeah, I think Breath of the Wild looks really awesome.
I mean, I know a lot of people are saying that.
Yeah,
this
I might pick it up for the Wii U.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people are saying that the cell shading looks kind of bad, but I think that's just from the YouTube video. Like you can't really judge anything off of a YouTube video, really.
Yeah, and people said that they saw like maybe a little bit of chugging and stuff, but overall, I mean, like the game, like the little trailer they had, got me way more into the game than I kind of was before. Like just some of the fighting and like boss looking guys and everything. I was like, oh, this looks actually pretty badass. So that's definitely a game I would pick up.
I know a lot of people are probably hyped for Bayonetta 2 also. So a lot of people
are they actually doing that? Are they gonna do that for the Switch?
Yeah, that was one of the games that they showed off, or they showed off a little blip. But they did say it was coming.
Do a what? I missed what you said.
Bayonetta 2.
Oh, Bayonetta 2.
Show that off with the trailer, the little trailers and stuff they were showing at the end. Oh, okay. Yeah. I said that the Nintendo Switch it's a nice concept, but I was thinking of that earlier though. Imagine if Nintendo Switch was on par with the Xbox and the PlayStation right now. All their games 1080p. That'd be some crazy shit.
Yeah,
it really would.
Now, if you can carry something like that on the go,
what? Yeah. Nintendo sales will be through the roof. But oh well. Yeah. But Nintendo don't care about power, so they'll have their audience as they always do.
Does anybody know how much their online service is going to cost and what?
No,
they said that there's going to be later. They said there's going to be a free trial period and then it's going to be a paid program.
But here's the thing: you can't even use Party Chat with it. You have to use an app in order to get with somebody to do Party Chat.
So what are you paying for exactly?
Signal from your phone. I didn't hear that completely. Did any of you?
It's from your phone.
From your phone.
App from your phone. So that's the thing. We don't know what
the app would cost too.
Huh, Tim?
I
think somebody told me that the app was not going to be free either. Like
they can't do that now.
Wow.
No, come on, that can't be true.
Wow.
Well, maybe
pay for the online service
monthly or something.
That's just like PlayStation or Xbox charging for that app. You can do a lot of things with their app. That's the same thing, just about. Yeah. I don't think they would do that. I would hope not.
Well, I'm sure Nintendo will play it smart as far as that go. They won't come out with no crazy price, but we'll see. See what they say.
Yeah. So we don't have a ton of games that we know about right now. They said 80 games in development, but were there any games from either the Treehouse event or the Switch reveal that you guys were particularly interested in?
Oh, besides Zelda? Mario. I thought
maybe Mario.
Cool.
Mario.
My only thing about Mario is like it's coming out in holiday season, which is going to be they're going to have a lot of competition probably since everyone likes them fall releases, especially the multiplats. So
I even think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 looks pretty good.
I was checking that out as well.
I've always liked the look of the Mario games, but I've never been able to justify spending full price on them. And they never go down.
We're the only one.
Yeah, well, my thing is like Nintendo. Like I'll play. I want to play some of their games, but I don't want to pay the price that they're probably gonna price these things at. Like I don't want to play $60 for a lot of these games. Like I would pay $60 for Zelda and maybe the Mario game, but I don't really see anything else I would pay $60 for. What about you guys?
Yeah. Well, I'm looking for. I guess I'm looking forward to whenever I buy it. Zelda and Mario. That's about all that I saw. That
I'm also
would
excited
play
for
right now.
Splatoon 2. That looks like it could be kind of fun. I didn't play the first one, but I feel like it could be kind of a just fun pastime to mess around in.
Yeah.
Yeah, now Splatoon also, you're right. I forgot about that because I
think that's
wanted to play
release.
the first one, but I never got a Wii U or whatever. So yeah, that one looks interesting.
I like the Mario look good. Look like they got him going all over the world and stuff. Nice.
Yeah.
Looks like his hat got eyes now, whatever that's supposed to be. The arms game looked pretty interesting. That looked interesting. I was looking at that. I was like, oh, it's neat.
They're good arms.
Was it just me, or did it look like it was on rails kind of thing?
What, the arms?
Yeah, I don't know. The arms thing kind of seems weird to me, but it kind of seems like it could be fun at the same time.
Yeah, something to pass the time.
Just like playing with someone.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
just the Splatoon 2. That looked. When I saw that, I just thought of Sunset Overdrive for some reason. I don't know why. I felt like it had that feel to it. That was the game with the guy came out with the glasses and the lab coat, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Looking like he just came straight out the laboratory. He's like, come on, man. We got a reveal to do. Come on, get on out here.
I thought that whole reveal was weird, man, when he was doing
it. Was. It really was.
Mario up against like normal people. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, that is weird. What is he, midget or something now? Or I
don't know. The one guy that came out on stage, you know his name. The guy that was like, Tim. What's his name, Tim? Suda51. Suda51. Yeah, he was. I just thought it was bizarre. He was like, I have an idea for a game, but we haven't made the game, and I don't have a name for the game, but I have an idea for a game. So.
Oh yeah. That was the guy that was doing moves and stuff on the stage. He was real animated and stuff.
Yeah, well, there's one guy that was like, and then there's the Splatoon guy with like his dual wielding guns, like doing weird stuff.
Yeah, 51 was the guy with the terrible translator. But
yeah. Oh my god, that translator is horrible.
Yeah, he came straight out the laboratory with that coat on.
I'm telling you.
And then the other guy with the suit, I think the light brown suit he had on. Oh man, that shit was looking terrible.
Those guns that guy was holding with the lab coat on. Did anybody think that like maybe you would be able to use those in the game? I don't know why, but I was like, use those. Sweet.
Yeah.
I actually kind of thought that too. I thought he was at least gonna like spray some people in the crowd with like paint or something.
That's what I thought he was about to do.
But no, he didn't. They should at least make it like a toy so like kids can shoot each other with paint. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it might be a peripheral, like something you put like the Joy-Con controllers in, similar to
that could be a possibility. Yeah.
Because they are actual guns like that a character has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, as far as those games go, those was interesting. Those games right there that I said, as far as the JRPGs and all that other cartoon stuff, nah.
Mm-hmm.
And then that Street Fighter, nah. I already played that already, nah.
Yeah.
Was that Street Fighter 2?
Street Fighter something 2.
Yeah, they gotta stop. They gotta
Ultra
stop.
Street Fighter 2. That's what it was.
They gotta stop.
An old school kind of version.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: you guys are missing out. I will sell my kidney to play another Zelda game. Okay.
Well, good.
You don't have to, so that's fine.
You don't have to. You'll be all right.
Yeah. At least you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I thought it kind of bizarre. They came out with 4 of the same game, 4 Dragon Quest games. Dragon Quest 10, 11, and Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that was weird.
What is up with that?
That's the thing. Those are all Japanese titles that are going to go to Japan. They're not going to come here, except for maybe Dragon Quest Heroes.
There's no region lock-in, so you can get them if you want.
Yeah, you can get them.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're not going to be able to play them because you're not going to even know what the hell they're talking about.
Exactly.
There's not going to be any English subtitles on those. So.
Yeah, I don't really know what the Dragon Quest games are about. I don't know if any of you do, but yeah, I don't know. I just thought it kind of bizarre. And
I think I played a demo for one once.
Yeah, and I don't know. They're like me personally. I'm not gonna get any third-party games on the system, but I don't think they really showed much. As like in that category of third-party support, they showed Skyrim, which has been out for a very long time, and they showed FIFA. That's all EA had to show. They were like, "We are EA. Here's FIFA." And
come on, guys, you got FIFA. Go out and get it.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like,
Yeah.
the only game you guys are going to announce is FIFA? You're EA.
Yeah.
And is there a rumor that that's supposed to be like an Xbox 360 PS3 version of FIFA?
Wow.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure
Quite
it
possibly.
is. It probably is. I mean, did you see the Skyrim? Skyrim looked like PS3, Xbox 360 version of it. It didn't
Yeah,
look.
it really did.
It didn't look like the remastered version.
And see, that's the thing. You don't get a Nintendo console. Well, we don't get it anymore for third parties. We get it for their first party games.
Yeah.
So, I mean, them trying to sell someone like us on third party is not really that. It's not gonna go that far. Their intellectual properties that they own. That's the best thing they can hope to sell. On their platform, and that's it. I think eventually Nintendo is just gonna go. It's just gonna be software. They're not gonna bring out any more hardware. If this flops, that's it for Nintendo.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I can see that.
Yeah.
You have something to say, Tim?
I was just gonna say, if they give me Dark Souls, I am gonna buy this shit immediately.
Hey, Dark Souls on the go, huh?
You was waiting to say that, huh?
Well, Baines, you say like we don't buy much. We're not gonna buy this system for third party, and I agree with you. I definitely won't. I think most of us won't. But a lot of people in the community say that this console has to have third party for them to pick it up, or at least to be able to sell. So what do you guys kind of think about that?
Well, yeah, they have to have third party. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They have to have it, because if they don't, then it's going to be another Wii U situation, which looks like it could go that way if they don't have that third party support in the long run.
Look, Nintendo needs to come out and say we are here for third parties. But a lot of people say a lot of things. A lot of people say they're going to buy Quantum Break and didn't buy it. A lot of people say Nintendo needs to have third-party support, but they're still not going to buy Nintendo for third-party support. They're going to buy Nintendo for their first-party games.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
Well, if Nintendo came out with a decent amount of first-party games, I don't think they would need that much third-party support, as long as they're pumping out a few games a year that were worthwhile. But what about you, Tim? Bam, either of you?
Yeah, Nintendo do need third-party support, just like they need a real online. But they say online is coming, but we'll see how that works out. But yeah, at the end of the day, they need to try and get third-party on board with their system. They really do. Or they can always have that Wii situation where all the big parties be like, we really don't want to make anything for y'all again. So,
right.
But what Vanes was saying, though, sooner or later, if this system flops, yeah, Nintendo might have to be knocking on Microsoft door and Sony door, like, hey, how would you like to have Mario on your console?
Yeah.
That's I think Phil been trying to get that for the longest. Wasn't that like a rumor that was talked about a while ago?
Yeah, he had some talks with Nintendo about it, and
so I wouldn't be surprised.
And the thing about this now, it won't be a failure as far as Nintendo running out of money or anything like that.
Absolutely.
It'll just be it'll be an acceptance failure. They would have lost the audience, period. So then they would need to switch their game and just worry about software and forget the hardware.
Well, why do you think they had the event in Tokyo, in Japan? because they're trying to market it to the Japanese market, who is mobile now. So
yeah, they may end up just going completely handheld after this if it fails.
exactly.
Could
3DS fucking
Mhm.
that shit is
That's
dominant
true.
in the handheld market. Other
It
than
is.
phones.
And a lot
I
of
think
those
that the video
3DS owners.
handheld,
Go ahead.
especially in Japan itself, and but I think they should, if this does fail, I hope that they actually make software for Sony and Microsoft, because I love to play some of their games on my own favorite console.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me play
That'd be-
Mario.
that'd-
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that'd be sick.
Right.
I want some Pokemon, man. Give me like just straight up normal Pokemon on my
proper
Xbox,
Pokemon RPG.
and that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But
Pokemon Stadium.
yeah, so the Nintendo Switch reveal was pretty cringy, and also the Treehouse event, that was just so dragged out, in my opinion. It was like over 5 hours long, but they had like 15 minutes in between each like game they showed off or whatever, or every time they talked, just 15 minutes of like no sound, just looking at cameras, looking at people playing games or buying food and shit. So
Looking in their eyes too.
not that one.
As they awkwardly move their controllers up and down.
looking real weird and shit. Shit is crazy.
Sometimes you just gotta milk a cow. Sometimes,
I'm telling you.
Nah, that's okay. I will pass on that.
When I saw that video, I was like, "What is this? Why? Who would even think of coming up with a
That's
game
gonna
like
be
that?
like the new
The Japanese
the new
would come
joke.
up with a game like that.
That's
Exactly.
gonna replace
They do.
Soda Drinker Pro as the joke game.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
that's not even a standalone game. That's on that 1-2 Switch, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Ew.
I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah,
if it was
man.
a mini game in Farming Simulator too.
Well, I did see a little snippet of Farming Simulator on there, so
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
if
confirmed.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people love those games. It's weird.
So
What,
any
milking the cow?
No, the simulator games.
Oh, the simulator games. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that video I saw. That video where I saw those two guys was really. They looked like they had that down packed. Like,
I mean, I'm sure.
especially the guy on the
They-
left, he looked like he was getting into it, man. He was all like, "Yeah."
nah, fuck that. He was already into it. He was there already.
he was into
He
it
got
from
it
the
down
beginning.
packed. I'm looking like, what the fuck is this shit right here?
He was ready. That was the highlight of his day. He was looking forward to that thing.
He was happy
3
as
hours
hell.
prior.
Mm-hmm.
He was even bobbing his head like he was,
Yeah, they was doing too much. I was like, oh man. Mm-mm.
Yeah. But any ending thoughts on Nintendo as a whole, guys?
I think with it being at that price point, I think it's a good price point, but with all the accessories, it's going to be pricey.
Yeah, it's too damn expensive.
But
Yeah,
they
they need
Yeah.
to bundle a game. They need to bundle it with the game at that price point.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. They won't do it. I think they will.
which
Yeah,
is surprising that they didn't, because they did it with the Wii and they did it with the Wii U. And
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe they'll give you Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah, that's
that would
possible.
be sick. That would actually be
Although
really
I don't
sick.
think that's coming out on release.
I don't think
Mm-mm.
either.
It's
I
not.
don't know when it's coming out, but I
forgot about that
was just
Mario-
gonna say something about
Mario Kart.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just gonna say something about what Adam said, but I forgot.
Yeah.
Well, I also
it's
think
too expensive.
that since it's so expensive for all the accessories,
Oh yeah.
I think the biggest thing that is going to make this thing sell right off the bat is Zelda. Is that
Yeah.
one game that's going to
Mhm.
make it sell?
Yeah.
Even though I know it's on the Wii U, like Tim said in the chat earlier, he said that people are looking for the best looking version of that game. So I think the Switch will have that.
Yeah, but I think it needs more games on release to make it worthwhile. As well as what I was gonna say before is I don't think $300 is a bad price point, but $250 was like the hot word going around. I think that would have been perfect, especially because they're priced at the same price as the Xbox One S. And, you know, if you just look at a value to value, I mean, the Xbox One S is obviously much higher value of the Switch. But
Lady Foxfire, she pointed out in the chat, she said the fact that they didn't do a Zelda custom console is a fail. She's completely right. That was a missed opportunity.
Yeah. I think I saw something with the one dude, like Ricky or something. I forget his name. But they had some kind of Zelda special edition. But yeah, I don't think they have like a special colored console. Or
yeah, it's a special edition game. It comes with like a bunch of other stuff, like the soundtrack.
Like it comes with like a little like poster or something, I think. And stuff. But
okay.
Yeah, we still don't know like the storage on it or anything.
Yeah.
Knowing Nintendo, it's going to be like 30.
It's actually 30.
One game.
It is 32 gigs. Yeah, you're right.
That's
yeah.
Oh yeah, you beat me to it because I was about to ask that question. How much memory do they have in the Switch?
But that's the thing.
Like
Most of that is for the power to run to the TV and the tablet. So I'm guessing most of the space on the cartridges is going to be used for the games themselves.
Right.
So,
okay.
Yeah. From what I've been learning, cartridges are supposed to be much more efficient.
Yeah, they're like quicker and stuff. But how much storage is on the cartridges? Cartridges. I can't say that, man.
It's all right. It's all right. We know what you're trying to say. It's all good.
We don't have any clue on that yet.
Yeah, because I don't even think they bring that up.
No,
but the cartridge thing that's a smart move by them because like they're much like more easy to store and
they're more durable too.
Yeah. So I feel like they're kind of like collectibles too, like for a future.
Well,
I don't know.
At least they don't have to worry about DLC or anything.
And
yeah,
if they make them right, they're fast as fuck.
Yeah.
Chicken in the chat said that he hears that Zelda is 14 gigabytes.
Damn.
Ooh, wow!
It's like half the space on this thing.
Literally.
Yeah, he said the SD cards are expandable up to. You can expand the storage up to 256 gigs.
Yeah, nobody fucking uses SD cards anymore.
Yeah, they're not that expensive. Well, are these proprietary SD cards or only ones that you can buy from Nintendo, or can you get any type of SD card? Okay, because you know how PlayStation did with the Vita, that wasn't SD, but still they had their own proprietary memory cards, which were so expensive.
But like 256 gigs is nothing compared to like when you can add like 8 terabytes to your Xbox One.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I know with the Wii U, you could do that. You could add a external hard drive to it. It was like, I think it was up to like 2 or 3 terabytes.
It was that was SD card too.
Was it SD card? I thought it was. Yep. I thought you could.
It's been SD cards. The Wii.
I don't know why. I thought you could do it with the Wii U, where you could hook up the external hard drive to it.
I'll look it up now.
Yeah.
Anyways, we have pretty much stocked the Switch to death. A lot of awkwardness and I don't know. Their presentation just didn't come out right. I feel like they could have just presented it a lot better and maybe even get a little more hype than it will already have going behind it. We all kind of think it'll initially sell pretty well, but the question is, will that die off and keep going? But on to our last topic of the night.
Just a
CES.
quick amendment.
Oh, wait a minute. Also, I just got to say, I'm mad as hell that y'all actually spent 5 hours watching that Treehouse bullshit.
Yeah, right. Like that's what I was thinking. Like, whoa,
I didn't spend the whole 5 hours watching that shit. I
spent
just
like 45 minutes
on and I was
looking at all
just
the
doing
game
things in
clips.
the background. So.
So it was
I spent
just
like
on.
45 minutes looking at all the game clips because it happened like after I got home from school and I was like, oh shit, that already happened. So.
Just a quick amendment to what I said before. Yes, Autonomous, you're right. You can add external storage to the Wii U. You can add like up to 2 terabytes, I think.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, but CES, guys. Lots of cool different inventions. What anything that caught you guys' eyes in particular?
Ooh, that that freaking shit. I forgot the name of it. I think it's a Razer. That laptop
Razer
with
laptop?
the three,
Oh
with the
my
three
God.
screens, and that's supposed to be what 4K screens.
Dude, yeah,
I
3
think so,
4K screens, and it
Oh
had a
my
10
gosh.
in it.
17 inches apiece.
Yeah,
Whew.
that thing
Like,
was sexy, dude. I want that thing. Like, oh my
you know
God.
that shit got to be at least past that at least.
Its starting price is like $3,000.
Dang.
Oh my gosh. Shit.
Man, is that geared toward PC gaming or what?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like
Yeah, I
just
believe
an
it would
enthusiast
have
that
to
wants
be.
a
Yep.
laptop that can do a lot. Yeah, definitely for gaming, like on the PC. But I don't. It's not going to be like a consumer product that every consumer would, just pick up.
Right.
Most gamers don't even, or PC gamers don't even get laptops, just because they cost a lot more and you get a lot less. So
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, that the thing that really interests me. That baseball, the thing with the bat, that's crazy.
Oh, for the VR,
that's
yeah,
kind of
that was
Yeah,
VR.
that was nice.
From Vive? I forget what they call it, but yeah, you just the Vive tracker thing. You just like you could attach to a bat. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was a nice little touch right there.
Hey, Chicken said somebody stole that prototype laptop from CES. He said it was in the news.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw something in the news about. I saw something in the news. There was 2 of them, and I think they both got stolen. I don't know what the end result was.
Hey man, that's what happens when you have your shit in Vegas. Shit.
Yeah, they walked in there the first
over there.
Hey, the first day they saw it, they said we got to get it, and they got it.
Yes, they're like, bitch, we about to get this.
I'm telling you.
You see, Fox just said the Retro Boy handheld though. Any of you guys interested in that little just like kind of Game Boy remake?
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I mean,
Like,
I don't know what it's gonna be able to play. I think it's gonna be able to play like Game Boy Advance stuff, things like that. I think that's kind of cool. I mean, will I buy it? Probably not, because
yeah, I mean everyone likes those little
like
old school remakes. So
yeah, it's more of a nostalgia thing. I mean, if you bought it, it would be more like a collector's edition kind of thing, where you could just
Yeah, Fox just said it plays Game Boy games, Game Boy Advanced games, and DS games.
Ooh. Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Sweet. That's lovely. But I still ain't buying it.
No,
I ain't buying that shit.
We're kind of talking
but you know what? Sorry, this might be going off a little topic a little bit, but the regular Nintendo that they came out with, what is it called? They came out with like a month ago.
Yeah, the mini, mini
NES.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Hey, if they make a mini Super Nintendo, I am getting that shit. And they have like all the games. I'm getting that.
They are going to do that.
Oh yeah. Well, I hope so.
I heard that somewhere.
I'll definitely pick that up.
If you think about it, that would be the next logical step for them to do. They did that one. So bring out the mini Super.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I figured I'd throw that in there since we're still talking about Nintendo. So, but yeah, I'm getting that if it comes out.
Yeah. And I know we talked a little bit about it last week, but you guys catch those VR boots? I don't know. They're like $1,000 to $1,500, but honestly, it's kind of cool. Like, I would buy those things if.
Oh, the boots that they showed in the that video, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah, those nice. Boots and gloves, like those are pretty cool. I mean, for VR and stuff like that. I mean, being able to
like kick
and punch and stuff, that's going to be kind of cool.
Oh, they stole that from the Mario movie? They stole that? Find out they stole it from the Mario movie and just try to update it. Oh, all right.
you know what? I really like that chair, man. That chair.
The workstation?
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. With the screen?
Yeah,
what?
man.
I'd love to have that in my room.
Right? Yeah, I was really
the price of that thing, though?
Yeah, it was like
$5,900.
$6,000.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a lot, man.
I seen that shit. I was like, yipes.
You can lay in any position you want, and there's like an area for your laptop, a huge screen, a keyboard, and everything. And you lay in any position, and like the screen and everything will go to the optimal position for whatever viewing angle you're at.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty neat.
So it's supposed to be really comfortable too.
I feel like I would fall asleep in that though.
Exactly.
I'll replace my bed with it.
I don't think I would get any work done.
I wouldn't replace my bed for it.
I know, I'm joking.
5 minutes into gaming and chill, but you sleep 5 minutes later.
Exactly.
It's over.
Exactly.
It's fucking over. But yeah, that price, oh my gosh. You gonna be paying for that for the next 4 lifetimes out this bitch. God damn.
Yeah, and see that Sony television, that thing now it has no speakers, at least on the front, because it's so thin.
Yeah.
And it's a 56-inch TV, pretty much edge to edge almost. But it has some Sony SoundCloud thing in the back of it. It's like a picture frame stand, and it's in the stand part. That thing looks pretty badass to me. I would put that in my house. It looks sleek.
Is that the one without the speakers?
Yeah, without the speakers. I don't know what the sound quality is like. I would have to hear that first. But
it's also an OLED too. So I mean, you're getting high quality there,
top of the line. So that hasn't come out yet, right?
No, it hasn't.
Nope.
Okay. What they say the price was, or they ain't not said?
I didn't see anything on the price.
Okay.
Price that. I mean, I'm sure it'll vary. I'm sure it'll be like $3,000 to $4,000 when it comes out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Easily.
You ain't finding that shit cheap unless you know somebody.
No, not at all.
Get that you can get that fall off the truck price. Hell yeah.
Boy.
Tony, did y'all hear about the Sony closed one of their studios? I guess
it was
did the rigs?
Cambridge or something.
They do the VR games.
Game studios.
They got rigs, like crap gamers say. They got rigs.
But see, that's concerning for Sony, in and of the fact that that game was supposed to be one of the better VR games.
Yeah.
They're already closing that studio.
Rigs.
I mean, that's not good for that platform. That doesn't speak volumes for the platform.
Yeah.
So as a VR owner, if I had one, I would be concerned. I spent all this money, you closing these studios. So I don't know. I don't know what they're saying, but now that really doesn't sound good to me.
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
I don't know what kind of impact it'll have on Guerrilla Games itself, but I mean, a lot of people say they don't like VR, but Riggs is pretty awesome. Even people that, really don't like VR.
Rigs.
So, so yeah, that's pretty big. No Riggs 2 coming at you at PlayStation. So
hey, hold on. Everybody be quiet for a second. Hold on for a second. Let me see something. Hey, did you hear Sony got they closed one of their studios? No? All right. Yeah, I didn't see any doomsday tweets or anything on
stop messing with your dad, bro.
Oh no, he ain't even here. He at work. That's what. Yeah, I didn't see any doomsday tweets or anything like the world coming to an end. It seemed like this just got brushed under.
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially with the Scalebound news kind of at the same time.
Exactly.
Surprising to not see any kind of report on it at all.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think Scalebound is definitely the bigger story. But the fact that it didn't really get any coverage at all, the Guerrilla Games Studio, that's kind of like, why not? That's something that people should just know.
Well, I mean, you say Scalebound is the bigger story, but if you think about it, like I said, I mean, Riggs was supposed to be one of the better VR games, and they closed the studio. To me, that's bigger because you're talking about Scalebound on an established platform. Xbox is established. They canceled the game. That hurt, but okay, they canceled the game. They got plenty more games. They got plenty of games on the system. The PSVR, you can't say that for that. That's a new platform, and that's supposedly one of the better games. So that to me is more concerning. If you're trying to be,
what is trying to be
unbiased?
What's a bigger story to the typical gamer? I would say Scalebound. But what are you gonna say, Tim?
I was just saying, what does that say about VR?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the whole point. What is it saying about VR?
The best games on it.
Yeah.
It looks like VR is going to be in, especially PSVR is going to be in some trouble coming.
Yeah.
Up.
I'm looking on Twitter. I don't see no doomsday mess tweets or anything about that. Yeah, it's kind of quiet on there. I don't see much.
PlayStation is doomed, man.
PlayStation done? No, not even. I ain't seen not one tweet about
rigs.
that.
Oh
man, it's over.
PlayStation don't got rigs. Oh,
we need rigs.
Oh no,
we need rigs. We
Shut
need
it
that.
down. Shut it down. Trade your PlayStations in.
Trade
Let's
it
all
in.
get Switches.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the PlayStation fans is hyping up the Switches too.
Yes, Nintendo is coming out at the perfect time. You see, Xbox canceled Scalebound, and PlayStation doesn't have rigs, man. Fucking throw them both in the dump. Let's get a Switch. And
it's over. Hell yeah. I'm gonna go get me a Switch.
We're repeating ourselves now. It's fucking the great gaming crash of 2017.
It's over, man. Time to go get them Switches, man. You can't get with that name like Switch. Like, why? They could have went with something else.
Yeah, switching out all your different controller pieces, and they can do a little snap.
Yes, like they was on point with that. Every time, it's like I was like, yo, they got that Switch down pat. I was like, oh man, they must have been practicing that. It's like an old developer.
Yeah. But one last thing from CES. Well, two things. Did you guys see the NVIDIA gaming service? Now that promises pretty low latency, but it's really pricey. It's $25 per like 20 hours, so $2.50 an hour, and that just seems insane to me. As well as there's another gaming kind of streaming service from Liquid Skies, and it's free if you play 3 hours a day, and it has commercials in it. But you can get a paid service. I don't know what happens to the commercials with the paid service, but there's some different different amount of how much you pay for how much time you play, basically.
Yeah, I think there's an $80 one, and I think there's a $40 one.
Yeah, I think I definitely heard $40 one, but I know they had a couple tiers. So
yeah.
And this is supposed to be which one was with NVIDIA? Is supposed to be the one with the power of the
$25.
$25 for 25 hours, and it's the power of the GTX 1080 in the cloud.
Yeah,
is that what that is? Okay, that pricing is kind of worrisome.
Fucking insane.
That model's not good at all.
Yeah, and then the Liquid Sky service promised the lowest latency. But that's what
kind of bandwidth you got to have to use it.
Exactly.
None of those services are even feasible where I live.
Mm-hmm. Shit, you damn sure can't have no dial-up. You got dial-up, forget about it. You are
dial-up. Forget about it.
I don't think I know anybody who still has dial-up, man.
I know, right?
Yeah, come to Australia.
If you, oh shit, damn, that's fucked up. So that should. So the video service is $25, and the other one has a free version, but it also has a paid version as well.
A free version. The other one has a free version with ads, and you can play for 3 hours. It has a $40 version. I don't know how much playtime you get out of that, and an $80 version.
Shit. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't. I mean, you can't beat free, but not everything's gonna be free with it.
If it's $80 a year, then that's not
$80. That's kind of.
It's still steep. It's still steep.
Yeah, that is steep. Got to know what's coming. Got to know what's coming with it.
Access.
What do you say, Tim?
Well, EA Access is like half that price for a year, and I'm not streaming those games. Just fucking download them.
Yeah,
exactly.
Straight off my Xbox.
Well,
and basically, it's just the same games, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I think they made
on the video.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
Oh, as far as the games go, it's just the games that we got on our Xbox and stuff like that. As far as the NVIDIA.
Well, I think the NVIDIA one will probably have a pretty expensive selection. As I think they're trying to cater to like a hardcore gamer. And I think it'll have a lot of PC games on. I don't know if the Liquid Skies one is limited or in its selection or not, but I would think the NVIDIA one is a pretty full package.
Oh, okay. Cool.
chicken. He goes, Tim just fired shots at his own country.
Hell yeah. Hey, Tim could do that. He lived there.
Yeah. Well, as Don would say, it's amazing that, like he's alive upside down, basically. So he's podcasting upside down right now, guys. It's pretty crazy.
What you over there hanging like a bat? What the hell? Let me find out.
I was picturing him on his head.
Just chilling.
Uh-huh.
With a green cape on. In the Xbox symbol.
Yeah, he's just like upside down, with like his legs crossed, like just with controller in hands, man, gaming.
Oh shit!
So,
with an epic beard.
Yeah, ain't never up that beard life.
Optimus, there was something, I think a universal controller that you wanted to bring up.
Yeah, 7 Hugs came out with a smart remote, smart home remote, universal remote that pretty much programs all your devices, like an Xbox One, your TV, things like that. The only thing it doesn't do is the PlayStation 4. So, but it does. It's like little sensors that you put in your home in the corners, and you point them at the devices, and it basically controls with the remote, the touchscreen remote, and you can just hit it and turn it on and do it that way instead of getting up and moving around and stuff.
Was there a reason into why it doesn't control the PlayStation 4?
I guess they just didn't get permission from PlayStation to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, PlayStation they are a little picky,
Yeah,
they need to get out of that shit.
Yeah,
but whatever.
I think it's using the WP app.
Oh, okay.
With the Xbox One, so that's why it was able to go with the Xbox. So,
Nice.
Anything else from CES that caught your guys' eyes, or is that about it?
Got rigs.
I think that's about it. CES.
Well, this year's CES wasn't as spectacular as I was expecting it to be, because I think last year they had 3D printers, they had robots and things like that, and they didn't really have that kind of stuff. They had more stuff towards the near future than way in the future this time around.
Mm-hmm.
So.
There was actually one more thing. Actually, I just remember. I don't think I brought it up yet. There was a like a projector thing that you pretty much put like on your TV, right, and you play your game on your TV. I don't know if I would like this, and someone with epilepsy definitely couldn't play. But it puts like the lights from the lighting in your game, like kind of all around you in your room and stuff. If you have a dark room, turn the lights off and stuff.
Oh yeah, Microsoft showed something else quite a while back.
Yeah, they did show something about that. So, that thing
was that like the aluminum
that would
thing?
give me a headache, man.
Yeah,
that would
I
just
feel like that would give me a headache too. But it's trying to be immersive with still gaming how you normally game, kind of. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of weird, cool.
Yeah, it seems like the kind of thing like you'd use if you played games in a home theater or something.
Yeah.
Well, what about the LG wallpaper TV? What do you guys think of that?
Oh, that's crazy.
Right? I was like,
nice.
I
didn't see that one though.
It's literally as thin as paper, basically. It's insane, dude.
I don't think I can have that in my house.
That should be broke within 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Well, let me tell you,
too young for that.
The best thing about these new TVs is that they're getting easier and easier to steal.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's true.
Hold that one up and put it in your pocket.
Yep. Just roll it up, fucking throw it in your backpack, and you're out, man.
Yeah.
But I think that's about it, guys, unless you have any ending comments before we do outros.
Oh, I got one. What are y'all expecting to see at E3 this year from Sony or Microsoft?
for me, I'm looking to see more IPs from Microsoft. I'm sure they're going to have probably 2 new IPs that they haven't shown off, and they will be probably coming out this year. That's the same thing that they did last year with the E3, so I'm pretty sure that they're probably going to do the same thing. I'm sure they're going to show more State of Decay. On the Sony side, I honestly don't know what they're going to show because they pretty much have shown everything that they already have lined up.
You know damn well you want to see the Last Guardian 2 trailer. Cut it out. Cut that shit out.
Oh shit. No,
what about you, Baines?
Well, as far as Microsoft, I want them to show the Scorpio before E3, and then the E3 focus on games. I know we're going to see a lot of the games that we already know is coming out this year. I want to see a couple of new IPs, hopefully. The game now that Scalebound is gone, the game that I'm really more excited for now is Crackdown. I want to see a lot of Crackdown. I'm hoping they would get that beta out pretty soon if that game is going to be coming, though. So I would hope they would announce something like that.
Honestly,
as far as Sony, I don't know. Sony's kind of blowing its wad in the beginning of the year. I mean, they have quite a few games that's coming out in the beginning of the year, so I don't know what they could show unless they've already shown us a bunch of games that we know aren't coming out until 2018 at the earliest. So I really don't know what Sony could show. I mean, they had, I guess that's kind of the drawback of having a bunch of conferences throughout the year. You know, that's kind of why Microsoft doesn't do an extra like PSX the experience or whatever, is so they can hold some of this content for these bigger shows. So I mean, whatever Sony brings, it'll be a surprise because we've seen most of their stuff. So
yeah, I think they'll definitely from Microsoft, I think they're holding back a little bit for E3. They'll show off more of the Scorpio, especially, and they'll show off like what it can do if they do show it off kind of prior to E3. We'll see more on games we know about, and I think we'll also see an IP or two that will be coming out in the fall before Christmas and everything. And I also think, like you're talking about Crackdown 3, that is one game that I'm kind of suspicious about. I'm into it, but I'm suspicious about it releasing on time. I don't know. That's one game I could see being delayed. I just feel like they kind of like pull back every time they kind of show something on that game.
Yes, because it's so new. The tech in it would be so new.
Yeah,
like using the cloud, and that would be a game changer. So I know that's something they want to make. When it comes out, I know that they want it to be right. So, who knows with that one?
Well, I know I love destruction. So, man, I am definitely excited for those destructive environments that Crackdown 3 should bring about. And on the Sony side, yeah, I agree with you, Baines. They definitely, they've got some good games. Q1, a couple in Q2, I think. But yeah, I don't really know what they'll be coming out with the fall. I think Sony in general just kind of keeps fall lighter. Whether they mean to or not. But hopefully we get one or two decent games in the fall.
I'm really thinking they're going to do something like either the Spider-Man or the God of War for the fall.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They definitely have games that could come out in the fall, but with Sony's record, most of those games are probably more like a 2018 release.
Is it just me, or am I the only one that doesn't think or is not excited for Crackdown 3?
I'm not super excited for it either.
Yeah,
I'm not super excited for it, but I am interested to see what it is, see how they do it.
When I say super excited, now I'm talking about the multiplayer for the most part, because I know that I haven't followed the game as far as the storyline of it. I don't think it ever really had a really cohesive story. I'm thinking about the multiplayer. That is going to be game changing. If that works, it will be game changing, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, they should bring out a fucking badass Bad Company 3 with totally destructible environments. But
that would be nice.
But what about you, Tim? What are your thoughts on E3?
Well, on the Microsoft side, I'm hoping they show Scorpio off before E3, so we can have E3 all about the games. Also, I'd like to see an updated Elite controller because the old one needs an update.
Which they did get.
Yeah, that was a rumor.
Rounds. Yeah,
that was a rumor that was supposed to come out sometime after Scorpio, supposedly. We'll see.
Yeah. They had they patent a couple things, like I think the bumpers and stuff. So that's where that rumor sparked from.
Yeah, but I think it'd be perfect for them to come out with a Elite controller with the launch of Scorpio, because that'll definitely get people to be like, "Ooh, a new controller! I'm buying it." That's just more sales for Microsoft. So.
Yeah, and Microsoft's always critiquing things here and there, so I would definitely see it as a possibility.
Yeah, I'd also like to see maybe 1 or 2 new IPs and maybe some sequels to some games that we haven't had for a while. Give me Sunset Overdrive 2. Play the shit out of that.
With a dope-ass multiplayer, because I feel like they could just make such an awesome multiplayer. And I already love Sunset, the single player, so great game in my opinion. But Bam, Tim, anything else? Sony side or anything?
Yeah.
Well, after last year, I'm expecting a full musical stage show from Sony.
No, you expecting Barney to come out on stage?
Yeah. All jokes aside, we're probably gonna see maybe 1 or 2 after they've announced everything. So if we're gonna see anything new, it'll be maybe 1 or 2 new things, maybe some more things for VR.
Yeah,
and probably just gonna see more of what we've more of the games that they've already announced.
Yeah. And some contracts they have with multiplats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bam, do I answer your own question there?
Yeah. Tim actually kind of took my answer, but I'm gonna say it anyway. But yeah, I mean, we all know pretty much Microsoft is definitely going to want to show Scorpio off at E3. But I would prefer them to show it before E3. Then that way, come E3, they could just show off all the games, and then they could show off the new update. Because I know, like I said earlier, I think it's going to be another big update they're going to show off. I'm really anticipating that. And show off two new IPs, and Iron Galaxy, if you're listening, Killer Instinct Season 4. Thank you, 4K Scorpio. Just throwing that out there, and
never gonna happen.
Hey, anything's possible. Anything is possible. I'm just throwing that out there.
Don't wreck the man's dreams, brother.
Yeah. And far as PlayStation go, well, yeah, they pretty much showed everything. But
they on track,
I
right?
want to see. Yeah.
We're gonna see regs
all the release dates for their games is on track, because Sony keep talking about all these games they got. All them shits is on track. Only game that's official and has a release date is the Horizon, and that Gran Turismo is coming out, right? Supposed to come out this year?
It's
on track.
To.
All right. Well, since they don't got a release date, that's on track too.
And Days Gone, apparently. That's what.
That's all. All that shit is on track.
Does Days Gone have a release date though? Like a day?
It doesn't have a release date, but they were saying that it's been speculation that it's going to come out this year because of The Last of Us 2.
I know the release date. I got it. Y'all ready?
What?
Yeah.
It's on track. That's the release date. It's on track.
Now, I was thinking out of any of those
Days Gone.
Out of any of those AAAs that they, like Days Gone, Spider-Man, God of War, out of any of them that would come out, I would think Spider-Man would come out because the movie's coming out this year, right? So I would think they would try to do it alongside that movie.
But I don't think that's based off the movie.
That's the thing.
It's not.
They don't want to
try and push it at the same time.
I don't think they're going to do that. I think they've screwed up too many times with the Spider-Man games that they're like, no, we're not going to do that. Especially if Insomniac's going to do it.
Did you play Spider-Man?
They're going to polish that thing, dude. I'm telling you.
You think so?
Yeah, but if they did come out with the movie and the game at similar times, it definitely would be a hype builder, even if there is no correlation. It's because that's just how things work. Right. But all right, guys. So
Oh, I ain't
we're
done
gonna
yet.
end the show for the night.
I ain't done yet.
You ain't done yet. All right.
Yeah, I ain't done yet. As far as Sony go, well, yeah, we already talked about their games, but Sony got plenty of IPs that they can come out with and announce. They got what? Siphon Filter. I know some of y'all remember that game, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Manhunt. Come on, they got plenty of games that can come out and E3 be like, look, this is what we're working on. I mean, hopefully it comes out. Yeah.
Well, Manhunt is Rockstar, so they would have to.
Well, yeah.
Do they own Siphon Filter? Because I've
Yeah,
always
don't they own
wondered
that?
I don't know if they own that or not. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, but I think Sony should definitely come out and announce at least a new IP or two.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the most requested feature that they were supposed to have 5 years ago, let people change their damn name. The hell going on? It's 2017. Y'all fucking up. You still can't change your name on Sony? On PlayStation? That's terrible. It's tragic.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be for the players. Cut it out. Cut that shit out.
Well, their whole slogan is "Greatness awaits," bro. So you're waiting for it.
I do have to say that real quick. Oh my god, that commercial pisses me off so much. The commercial where they show like Horizon Zero Dawn and a few other games, but they're all future games. None of the games in the commercial are out, and they say greatness awaits. It pisses me off. I'm just like, this is just like false advertisement in a way.
They changed with games.
Yeah, they changed it
with the ones that are coming out in 2017. So they changed it a little bit.
On track awaits.
Yeah, apparently.
Hell yeah. Other than that, that's about it. But yeah, they definitely need to come out and announce that feature. Like, and you also could change your name. That should. I don't know why they don't got that years later, but whatever.
Let me get this straight, Bam. You are looking forward to The Last Guardian 2, right?
Yes, in 4K. Yes, nail it, 4K. Last Guardian 2. Book it. I am buying that shit. Hell, I'll do one better. I'll even buy the collector's edition.
Oh, man.
It's all right, Bam Bam. You've got another 42 years to save up for that.
Yeah. You read about that? Yeah. We're just gonna be waiting a minute for that to come out.
All right, guys. Well, we typically like to, keep the show a little shorter, try not to drag anything out. So we're going to get on into our outros here now. So, Tim, go ahead, tell everyone where they can find you, hit you up, whatever the case may be.
You can find me here on the Quest podcast, hopefully every week, but we'll see about that. You can find me on Twitter at Timidos. You can find me on Xbox at Timidos. And pretty much anywhere else, same thing.
Yeah, you can find him upside down, hanging like a bat.
Guys, you should hit him up. His beard does magical things, so
you can find me hiding behind my beard.
Yeah,
he probably got a controller in his beard right now too. Just hiding there, chilling.
All right, Optimus, you want to do your outro? Do you have a little special something that you were gonna say, or not quite yet?
No, not quite yet. I'm not feeling good this weekend, but definitely next week we'll announce that.
All right.
Well, I'm Dark Optimus. You can find me on Xbox Live and Twitter at the same name. Thanks to everybody in the chat, everybody who watched. Thanks to the 108 followers who are following me on Twitter. I appreciate it. Hopefully soon bigger things will be coming down the pipeline for me, and we'll wait to talk about that. Everybody have a good night.
All right. And
make sure you get that. Make sure you get that neck too. You're gonna get that neck too and do a playthrough, right?
As Lady Fox said. But Baines,
game of the year.
Can't wait to hear your outro.
Yeah, Baines 99. That's my gamer tag. PlayStation and Xbox, and we out. See y'all next week.
Yeah, you guys, you can't find them anywhere. And our lovely special guest, my boy, Bam Bam. Def Jam Bam these days. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh man, hey, I just want to say all of y'all, Dark, Remix, Baines, Timodos. Thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate it. Hopefully I can come back on again, take this shit over. And everybody in the chat, glad y'all was actually able to come out and listen to us, show y'all support. We love y'all. Fox, Luca, we see y'all in there. Chicken Spaghetti, we see you too. Yeah, find me on Twitter, Def Jam Bam. Find me on Xbox, XX Bam Bam 86XX. So
Nice.
when you come in my party, expect to hear some music. You know where Def Jam Bam came from. Until next time, Quest Podcast episode 2.
I'm looking forward to having you on just so you can make fun of me about getting The Last Guardian again.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And we'll have to get into some more of our typical shit talking as we do on the Xbox Live chats. But yeah, I want to thank you all for coming by, checking out our podcast. The support has been really good on this, guys. And you can find me personally. My name is Remix Essence, all across the board, Twitter, Xbox, and a YouTube channel. Remix Essence. I'm trying to do some new stuff with my channel. I'm recently kind of did a channel revamp, and so I'm making some new kinds of videos. Check me out over there. But we want to thank you all for coming by, guys, and we are out.
Oh, Remix.
Bye, everybody.
Yes.
Remix. Fuck you, Remix. Yeah. That's all I want to say.
That was gonna be what I said to you, man. But we are officially out, and fuck you, Bam Bam.